Oop, I didn't mean to clap that loud. Let's do it. OBS Studio. Arc. Live Studio is what I need to open up. Switch accounts. First things first, go to YouTube. Sorry for any viewers that's currently watching. I just need a couple seconds to actually see the chat. I don't know how to see the chat, so I gotta give it a couple seconds so I can make that load. Please don't play, please don't play. There we go, switch accounts. Bam. Now I'm not on my teacher account no more. Is this a live studio? No. Here we go, live studio. 10:56. Oh! Don't be lying to me. My computer's wrong. Where's my cell phone at? Yeah, my computer has the wrong time. Okay, yeah, it's my computer. Oh, 4 viewers, beautiful. Shout out to the 4 people watching. What up, Possum? Can y'all hear me? It says like YouTube has got some errors going or something. Is the stream smooth or is this bad? Or let me know. We're gonna make it happen. If you're currently a student at my school, get off your phone. If y'all don't know, as I'm setting this up, if y'all do not know, I'm a high school guitar teacher. Okay, perfect. That means you can see me and everything's good. If y'all do not know, I'm a high school guitar teacher. I'm currently at my school. That's why you see this school whiteboard behind me. I guess I can show you the room. I would have to reset it back up though. I teach guitar, so that's a whole bunch of guitars all along that wall. We've got like 40 school guitars, and those are people's personal guitars. I've been teaching off that red guitar. I have a planning period every day from like 10:30. Did I line it up right? From like, yeah, perfect. 10:30 to 11:30-ish. So I got like 15 minutes left, as it says on the timer above me, where I want to start going live, probably for an hour-ish every day while I'm at the school to do a quick guitar Q&A. But while I'm live, I'm also going to be recording certain things. So I wanted to make sure that everything that I teach my students, I also record a copy of. That way, if they miss school that day, or if they just wanted to recap what we've learned, they don't have to read text. They can read the text if they want to, because some people would rather read. But I want to also give them a video copy. So me going live is allowing me to live stream this and record at the same time. So any weird questions, I'm going to be ignoring them. I wish I had a moderator, but any weird questions, they are going to be ignored. Anyway though, for today's lesson, the thing that I have to reteach are the parts of the guitar. So I'm loading up the PowerPoint that I use in order to teach the parts of the guitar to my students. That way they see the exact PowerPoint that they learned from the first time that they learned it. Sorry if you stopped hearing me the moment that I turned my head. If you can still hear me though, that's great. Let's see what this is. I think it's this. This is the PowerPoint. I'm not gonna go through every single slide. It's really just the main thing that I'm talking about. So the main thing that I'm talking about today is guitar anatomy. Yes, this is Canva. I make all of my presentations using Canva. But now that I'm focused on actually doing this, I gotta zoom out this just a little bit, that way y'all can see the full thing. I make all of my presentations for my students on Canva. Can y'all see? Yes, you can. I'm gonna scoot it back just a little bit more. Okay, perfect. That's it. I just gotta show the screen. Is this the right way? Is it that way? There we go. A little bit less. I should probably like get markers in my room and like mark off the spots. Today, I'm talking about the parts of the guitar. Let me restart. Recording in progress. I'm not looking at the chat anymore, so read the sign as it goes across. Hey y'all. Today we are going to be talking about the parts of the guitar, just in case you missed the lesson where I talked about it. Learning the parts of the guitar is important because you might see other people with other guitars and you might be a little jealous that their guitar looks so cool. And you might wonder what makes their guitar different, what makes their guitar better. It's better if you know the parts of the guitar, that way you know what you're comparing. So let me grab my guitar to show you the parts of the guitar. I do have the PowerPoint up here, and I took this directly from Sweetwater. Shout out to Sweetwater, I gave them a little bit of credit. But they had the parts of the guitar right here. I kind of hid it when I made mine. I only wrote down the parts that we'll kind of be seeing on our guitars. So the guitar anatomy is very similar to our own human anatomy, our own human physique, if you will. This is the body of the guitar, this is the neck, and this is the head. Head, neck, body. It don't got legs, it don't got arms, but we'll talk about that. On the head, which is also known as the headstock, you will find some unique things. These knobs that are twisting out of it, and the brand. The brand of the guitar that I'm holding is a Fender acoustic guitar. The specific model is not that deep. It's a Fender acoustic guitar. The brand that you all have here at this school are Yamahas. To show you one of the guitars that has no strings on it, Yamaha, Fender. They look very similar. This one is just red. This one is brown, red, wood color, all of the things. But you'll see the brand at the top. This is Yamaha. Now, Yamahas, I wouldn't say they're bad, but Yamaha makes a lot of things. They make motorcycles, refrigerators, all the things. So I don't think that they make the best musical instruments, but they don't make horrible musical instruments. You can get a good budget-friendly guitar from Yamaha. But there's other brands that you could explore if you were interested in purchasing your own guitar. Now, as far as the school supplies, they supplied us with Yamaha acoustic guitars, so that's what you'll be using. But I'm playing on this red Fender. This is not my guitar. It was also the school's guitar. So y'all are more than welcome to use it whenever you want to, but that is the guitar that I use when I use it. Now these doohickeys that are sticking out of it, you see 3 knobs on the left, 3 knobs on the right. We call those tuning machines. They allow you to take the string and adjust the tension by loosening it or tightening it. What that does is make your strings in tune. That way when you do play, it sounds gorgeous. Rather than if your guitar was all out of tune and you tried to play and it sounds horrible. Doesn't sound as good anymore. I'm gonna have to retune later, but we'll talk about that another time. So far, you have learned the headstock and the tuning machines. Headstock at the top, tuning machines sticking out of it, but you'll also see the brand on the headstock. Right underneath the headstock, you have this white bar that separates the headstock and this part, the neck. You also learned about the body, the neck, and the headstock, so you learned more than just 2 parts in the tuning machines. This white bar, we call the nuts of the guitar, N-U-T. The nuts of the guitar keeps the strings in place, keeps them in line so that they can properly be in tune. Not much to say about it. Let's not talk too much about that. I think y'all have jokes when it comes to that, so please don't joke about it too much. Right underneath that part, we have the neck of the guitar. The neck is technically 360. This entire section is the neck. But if you're looking at the front of the guitar, you will find these vertical or horizontal lines that separate the different layers of the guitar. We call these horizontal lines, these metal bars, frets, F-R-E-T. with an S at the end, frets, if you're making it plural. Now, if you have multiple frets, or whenever you're looking at the entire system of the frets, we call it the fretboard, because now you can see what fret you're playing on and all of the things. So the fretboard is the entire system from the headstock all the way to the sound hole, which we'll talk about in a second. The frets, though, are the metal bars, but also the zones in between each metal bar. So right here from the nut to the first metal bar, we call that the first fret. This entire zone is the first fret. Second fret, third fret. If you look closely, I don't know if you can see it, I'm gonna do a little zoom in when I edit this. There is a white dot on the third fret of my metal bar. I also have a white dot on the 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, and a double dot on 12. On your Yamaha FG series guitars, you don't have a 3rd fret white dot, but you do have it on 5, 7, 9, and a double dot on 12. Now those dots are called fretboard markers. Fretboard markers. These fretboard markers essentially help you to navigate the fretboard. So if you had to find frets quickly, you can use the dot. There goes the 5th fret. I found it quickly. I gotta go to 12. There it goes. I found it quickly because of the double dots. So it kind of makes your life easier when it comes to navigating the fretboard. And you're going to need that, especially as you start reading music. Reading music is a big aspect of playing music. It's all about it. That's what it's all about. 8 minutes left. I can make this happen. Now, on the visual on the board, this guitar has this cutout right here. This guitar does not have the same cutout. The cutout is called a cutaway. It allows you to play higher frets. So right now, my guitar allows me to reach up to the 15th fret without running into the body of the guitar. So I'm not able to play the higher notes on my guitar. But if I were to reach up a little bit higher with a cutaway guitar, I could play it a little bit more comfortably without having to touch this part of the guitar. It's just awkward to play it on these types of guitars. But if you were to buy your own guitar, your own acoustic guitar, I recommend getting a cutaway because it allows you to play higher notes. Now, all or most electric guitars have a cutaway. I'll show you a few electric guitars. For example, say, this is a student's electric guitar, and as you see, it has this cutout right here, which allows you to play the higher notes, the higher and higher up that you get. You can play and reach all of the notes of the fretboard. Unlike the acoustic guitars, you will be doing it awkwardly, as you see, if I can put both of them in the frame. Bam. So, cutaways is a part of it. I'll be showing you a few more electric guitars towards the end of the video for comparison's sake when we start talking about all the different parts of the guitar. We're close to being done, y'all. We're close. So close to being done with the parts of the guitar. So the cutaway. You took a little cut out of the body of the guitar. Just a brief review before I continue. This is the body of the guitar, the neck of the guitar, which also houses the fretboard. The individual frets are just the lines, the metal lines, or the space in between each metal line is how you number the fret. So you got fret 1, 2, 3, a dot on the 5th fret, which those dots are called fretboard markers, on the 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, and 12th fret. Right above the fretboards is the nut of the guitar, which is connected to the headstock. The headstock has a lot of valuable information, such as the brand, the machine, tuning machines, and yeah. Let's talk about the body. You got this hump, and you got this bigger hump. The top hump, we call the upper bout, and the bottom hump, we call the lower bout. So we're working our way through. We've talked about the headstock, tuning machines, nut, neck, fretboard, frets, cutaway, which this guitar does not have. Upper bout, which could have a cutaway in it if you buy your own guitar. Lower bout, which are these things right here. And then we're working our way to the rest of the body. This beautiful black design that I have right here is what we call the pick guard. So whenever you're playing guitar, most people who play guitar use a little chip-like device that we call the guitar pick. Now, the guitar pick allows you to strum specific strings. If I were strumming over and over again, If I were strumming over and over again and I happened to scrape the wood of the guitar, I'd be damaging my guitar. So instead of damaging my guitar, I am going to use the pick guard for its resourcefulness, so to speak. I'll scratch up the pick guard, I can replace the pick guard. But if I scratch the wood and keep scratching the wood, I'm digging into the wood. And the face of this body, this part of the guitar, thinnest wood on the guitar. So if you scratch it up enough, you'll essentially damage it. The sound won't be sounding as good as it needs to be. So things to keep in mind. Every guitar has a pick guard, or most guitars, most acoustic guitars and electric guitars have a pick guard on it. If it doesn't have a pick guard, you might see a different set of strings on your guitar. And that different set of strings are probably nylon. Nylon strings are usually played with your fingers, not with a pick. So you wouldn't see a pick guard on those guitars, but we'll talk about it when that time comes. Next, we're looking at the strap buttons on the bottom of your guitar, and sometimes connected to the upper bout. You will see strap buttons where you can connect a guitar strap and hold your guitar by a guitar strap without having to hold it or prop up your leg in order to play and all the things. So it makes life a little bit easier. Guitar straps, this itself is the strap. Strap connected to the strap buttons. Strap button right there. Strap button right here. Working our way through, bridge and saddle. Right here, this wooden bar, wooden plate attached to the body is what we call the bridge, and the white bar is the saddle. So the strings run from the bridge, over the saddle, over the sound hole, over the neck, over the frets, through the nut, to the tuning machines. So pretty much your guitar strings only make 2 points of contact, the nut and the saddle. Interesting concept. Lastly, I already talked about the strings. We have 6 of them, 6 strings. And I'll talk about the letters of these strings and all of that in the next video. That way I'm not overloading you with information. And then you have the sound hole. So those are all of the parts of the guitar. Sound hole, bridge, saddle, strings, pick guard, the body, lower bout, upper bout. If you have a cutaway, that is a cutaway. This is the neck. On the neck, you will find the fretboard, which is the system of these metal bars and the space between each metal bar, which tells you what fret you're on. The nut, which is the white bar, tuning machines, and the headstock. Those are all the primary parts of an acoustic guitar. And in this class, I teach you all about acoustic guitar. If you have an electric guitar, though, there are a few parts that kind of look better and kind of look cooler. So to show you about that really quickly, I'm going to grab a couple of electric guitars for comparison's sake. Ooh, these strings. Oh my gosh, Jesus. That needs to be fixed ASAP. I showed you this electric guitar. Something I want you to notice. From this electric guitar to this acoustic guitar. Look at the tuning machines. You have 3 on one side, 3 on the other. But on an electric guitar, you have 6 in line. Now, most electric guitars will have the tuning machine at the top, depending on how you play it. And that is a sign of if it is a left-handed or right-handed guitar. This is a Yamaha Pacifica electric guitar, which has the tuning machines at the top. But I want to show you this guitar. The brand says Leo. I don't even know what that says. Leo Joy, J-O-U-Y-N-Z. I think that's what it says. Monsoon. If you actually pay attention to the tuning machines, they face different directions. These tuning machines are at the bottom, but both of these are right-handed guitars. Tuning machines at the bottom, tuning machines at the top. Quite intriguing to look at. So just things that'll make it comparable. For comparison's sake, these are all the parts of the guitars. And bam, that's the bell. So my students will be coming very, very soon. See the issue. Last electric guitar, for example's sake, this is a Maestro electric guitar. And this is still the Yamaha Pacifica, still in my hand. This actually has the 3-in-3 headstock tuning machine combo. like how this one has the 6 in line. So for comparison's sake, you can see it. And the body of these guitars are very intriguing. This body compared to this body. You can see the upper bouts look different. This is a Strat style, and this is a Gibson style. We'll talk about electric guitars on another day, but hopefully that teaches you about the parts of the guitar. My timer has ended. I'm done recording. Tomorrow I do plan on going live at an earlier time, so if you hit the notification bell and the subscription, maybe you got to do it in the reverse order. So if you subscribe and then hit the notification bell, you will be notified when I do go live. So every day, mostly every day, every weekday, let's say Monday through Friday, starting at 10:30-ish, because I do want to eat during this time, I will be going live answering your guitar questions. So I do see people have put a few questions in the chat. They're not questions, they're just a whole bunch of riffraff. Anyway though, I do look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. I was just really using this live as a means of recording. But next time, if you are interested in asking me questions, make sure that you subscribe, and I'll catch you at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Hold it down, Cub Scouts. I'll catch you in the next live stream.